Right, greetings everyone. Here we have your guide to passing the G10 test in our system. As you can see from this sample test in front of you, the first section's about the persons of verbs, and here you're learning the we and the you plural forms. Second section's about comparative adjectives, pulling it together with the superlative ones that you learnt in stage 8, and the last section is just putting it all together again with linking up some sentences and their translations. Okay, so let's start with section 1, the persons of verbs. Let's zoom in to look at it. There it is. So we have to say which person and number each of these is, whether it's first person singular or third person plural or whatever. So if we zoom across to the left on my little help sheet, this is the back of the stage 10 language booklet, you'll see that it's, as you've learned before, you've got an O, or with the regular verbs an M for I, which is the first person singular. You've got an S, the same there for you, the second person singular, and you've got a T, again a T there for the third person singular, he or she or it. And again you've got NT in both these for the they form, the they form there, the third person plural. That much you've learnt so far. What's new here is going in blue, and that's the mus and the tis of the first and second person plural. The first plural means we, the kind of plural version of I, if you like. I becomes we when you pluralize it, and then the second person plural, you singular, becomes you plural, you lot, you all, is the tis ending there. So that's what you're learning. As you can see, we haven't put those in for the other tenses yet. It's just the present tense. That's what you have to know. So I've now cunningly displayed both sheets together. So I think you'll see how straightforward this will now be. Laudamus, the first one, that's mus, which as you can see is the first person of the plurals. So let's tick that one, first person plural. Then the second one is tis, that's you plural, that's the new one there, so let's go for second plural. The others are all ones you've learnt already, so dormit with a T on the end is the third person singular, O is first person singular, S is second person singular, and then NT is third person plural. So on the sample test, the first two are the new ones. Obviously on your test they could be anywhere, but you're almost certainly going to get 6, one of each, and you have to recognise those endings to get those right. Right, question 2, the comparative adjective section. Now you have to tick whether they're positive, comparative or superlative. How do we work those out? Well, let's go across to the cheat sheet. This is again taken from the stage 10 language booklet. I filled in some answers, which you may have done already in your booklets. So you can see that IOR is the ending that identifies the comparative, and here on the right hand side is your total knowledge so far. The positive column is this one, the kind of ordinary form, happy, or in Latin laetus. Happier is the comparative when you're comparing two things, happier, laetior. You can see how the IER and the IOR there are very similar. And the superlative, the most happy or very happy, happiest, on the right hand side here. And again the S there and the S there in issimus may give you a clue. So let's go across. Some of these are straightforward, some of them are tricky, so let me show you. We'll do this in red. So the IOR there, of that one and that one, is the new comparative ending. So let's put those two in. Those are the easy ones. The issimus, we know that's superlative, so let's put that in there. Now laetus itself is the ordinary positive form, you may remember that. What's a bit tricky is this one here, the optimus form. That's the superlative actually of bonus. It's irregular, so even though it hasn't got issimus, it's still got imus, and that's one you have to learn. That means the best or excellent or very good, so it's superlative, not positive. Right, that's the second question. And finally, putting it all together, as you can see, it says tenses as well as persons, so you may get some imperfect or perfects chucked in here as well. Let's go through and think about how we can do the easy ones first. So, I noticed the dog. Now, you've got an O on the end of that one, so that's going to be I, isn't it? So let's join those two up to start with. How about they were noticing, the next one down? That's okay, isn't it? Because the were noticing is the imperfect tense, which is bat or bant. The plural form they has to have nt on the end. And as we can see over here, there's a lovely one there with bant on the end. So let's join those two up. And then quite similarly, we can see there's a was noticing here, which is the singular of that one. So that's going to have bat on the end, and there's a bat one, so we can join those up like that. Now, we've got two left. Okay, we've got you plural notice and she noticed. Now that's going to be our new one, isn't it, with tis on the end, and that noticed is going to be a perfect tense, so the verb's going to be a bit different. You could have a v, s, x or u in it possibly, or whatever, that kind of thing. So let's have a look on the right hand side, and we've got here we have our tis there for you, and we have a conspexit, the stem has changed to make the perfect tense there. So that's going to be you plural straight across there, and then she noticed is going to be that one up there. Right, let's zoom back in. There's our test in all its glory, all completed. Hope you have good luck with yours.